Hey. Good morning, everybody. You are listening to the Knife and Fork Radio Show. You're on the one, the only Tan Talk Radio Network, 906 on a Thursday morning. You know what that means. The number one show in the universe is back, and we're back with a vengeance. We're taking no prisoners today, Mike. How are you today?
I am fantastic and on time today, sir.
That is wonderful, man. So there's no Cheney Brothers trucks with wheels flying off, causing all sorts of disturbances on the road?
No, but, like I said, I told you earlier, I was literally going to hit triple digits on the Courtney Campbell.
I love it.
There's a cop.
Yeah.
So,
I
decided that's probably a bad idea.
They can't catch you, man, in that car that you have. Yeah. There's no way.
I mean, I was always told, you can't outrun a radio, so I don't know what that means. But.
You know what? Yeah, I guess there is air support and things like that. Yeah.
So,
you know what? They're on to us, man.
Maybe I should just knock them in the bay.
It's always a possibility. It is.
I mean, it is an option.
For those of you listening right now, we do not endorse nor do we condone running from the police or knocking them into the bay as you're driving past them in an effort to get to the radio station on time. Just know that is those opinions do not reflect that of the Tan Talk Radio Network. Let's just make that absolutely clear.
Yes.
Oh man, it's a good time. Thursday morning, man. I love it. I'm driving in and I'm thinking to myself, I can't wait to get to the radio station today because it is, like I say every week, it's just my favorite day, man. I love it. I love doing this. I love the radio show, and I love talking to people, and I love just everything about it, man.
Yeah, me too, man. It's so much fun. Kind of break the monotony of the week.
Yeah. You get out there, you make some people laugh, you talk about some stupid crap that nobody cares about.
Yeah,
but it's entertaining at the same time.
Absolutely.
And that's what we do on the Knife and Fork Radio Show. We bring you the entertaining crap that you couldn't care less about at the end of the day.
Absolutely.
So you're welcome. You're welcome for that. So here we are, Knife and Fork Radio Show with your hosts, Mike and Eric. So I've got a top 10 list today, as I do every week.
All right.
And, I remember I don't really eat fast food that much any longer, but I remember when I was a kid, fast food was one of those things, man. Back in the day, it was like you get a cheeseburger for like 29 cents or 39 cents.
Cool. It was
Good
neat.
Lord. I'm showing my age right now, huh?
Yeah, it was affordable. Yeah, well,
it was affordable.
Gas was 1 cent a gallon, huh?
Man, that was nice. That was so nice, man. It was
under $1 a gallon.
Yeah, so cool. I remember the lowest. I remember the gas prices. I don't know what your number is, but the lowest I remember was about 89 cents a gallon.
That's about as low as I remember.
You remember that?
Yeah,
too?
about that.
And, I wasn't paying for gas when it was 89 cents a gallon. I was right around the backseat of my parents' car.
Of course.
But I remember, looking up 89 cents a gallon, 99, whatever.
Yeah, my parents were complaining about that.
Of course.
Yeah, they were like, what is this? What's going on here?
And now it's like, man, 350, 360. It's like, and you got to put 93 in your car. I put 93 in my Z that I got at home. I mean, 450, 460 a gallon. It's just like, man, what the hell is going on out there?
It's more expensive than diesel right now.
I can't believe that.
Yeah, it's crazy, right?
I'm going to start putting diesel in the car, see what happens. I don't know if that's a good
diesel and sugar, I hear, is what really helps performance.
Just so you also know, Tan Talk Radio Network does not endorse nor sponsor putting diesel, fuel, and sugar in your gas tank. Those are sole opinions of the Knife and Fork Radio Show with your hosts, Mike and Eric. Do not hold this station accountable for our shortcomings. Moving forward, we've got fast food. We've got fast food in the news today. We've got a fast food top 10 list. And these are the 10 iconic fast food items from the 80s that have been discontinued.
Oh,
I thought this was kind of cool when I saw this article. So I said, you know what? Let's talk about it on the radio this week. There's a lot of things in here. Some of these things I don't know. Some of them I do. We were more like a McDonald's family and a Burger King family. So we've got Arby's on this list. We got KFC, so some of them are a little bit, unknown to me, but nonetheless, the listening audience might remember these, and hopefully you do. So listen, if you want to call in, the phone lines are always open, 727-441-3000. You can always call us, talk about your favorite iconic 80s fast food items, and you can always have a lot of fun like Mike and Eric do every Thursday morning. So here we go, everybody. Number 10 on the top 10 list, Hardee's Cinnamon and Raisin Biscuits.
I remember those.
Do you remember those? Really?
They were fantastic.
I got to tell you, man, the name alone sounds absolutely phenomenal.
Amazing.
I love it.
Amazing.
So was it like a cinnamon roll with raisins worked into it? And
pretty much.
And just some maybe that
there were
white
like
icing
sweet
on
biscuits
nice.
that were like a cinnamon roll with the icing on the top.
Yeah.
Oh, money. And then
It
the raisins.
sounds wonderful.
It was good.
Anything with raisins. You had me at raisins.
What was making America fatter? I think that's probably why they stopped.
Yep, that was the slogan back in those days. It's not make America great again, make America fat again.
Oh, man.
That's where we are right now.
You know what? It worked.
It did. Because there's some fat mother effers out there right now. I'm just kidding. If you're fat, I don't care. It doesn't matter to me. You fat mother effers. Moving forward, number 9. Chicken Littles.
Bert Kreischer.
Chicken, right? Exactly. Yeah. Chicken Littles. What the hell is a Chicken Little?
I vaguely remember that. I don't know what it is, but I think it's like chicken on a stick, maybe?
It's simple chicken sandwiches that became a hit in the 1980s.
Oh,
They featured a small breaded chicken patty, pickles, and a dab of mayonnaise.
Oh,
Chicken Little. So they're like little chicken sliders. So they're trying to do the White Castle thing with chicken, I guess.
Oh, so they should have kept them, man. They would have put Chick-fil-A out of business because now you have to actually add the mayo.
God, I hate Chick-fil-A.
They can't add the mayo?
I hate Chick-fil-A.
It's bad enough they're closed on Sunday.
Every fiber of my existence, I can't stand that company. I'm not going to get into it because it'll take up the entire hour that we have. Just know, everyone out there listening, I can't stand Chick-fil-A. If I see you later today and you want to know why, please, by all means, ask me. I'm not going to get into it right now. I just can't stand them.
If you have a few hours, then ask him.
Oh, yeah, because I'll just go on tangents forever.
Yeah.
Forever. Moving on, number 8, Arby's onion petals.
Never heard of them.
Sound like a bloomin' onion, maybe, huh?
Yeah, well, maybe that's where they got the bloomin' onion from. And then,
it could be. Arby's onion petals were a twist on the traditional onion ring. Instead of whole rings, the onion was cut into petal shapes, breaded and fried.
Oh, well, maybe they sued Outback and actually got some money, and that's why they're still open, because they're horrible.
Yeah.
Arby's is terrible.
I haven't eaten an Arby's since I was probably, 12, 13. I couldn't even tell you.
The last time we ate Arby's, my wife got sick. She literally threw up.
You told me about this.
She literally
a couple
up.
Weeks ago.
I mean, it was insane.
All right, so all of y'all out there thinking about going to get a delicious roast beef sandwich, perhaps a beef and cheddar on an onion roll this morning, do yourselves a favor. Think twice, because it might make you sick.
Oh, yeah. 20 minutes later, she was vomiting.
You heard it first. Breaking news. 20 minutes after she ate the goddamn roast beef sandwich, she was vomiting.
Vomiting. Out the side of the car.
Out the side of the car. And the funny thing is, they were just sitting in the driveway. They weren't even driving at that point.
Yeah, we weren't.
They were sitting in the driveway contemplating on where they were going to go after they had their lunch. And she stuck her head out the window and she puked all down the side of the car.
It happened to be in Georgia, actually.
Georgia. What part of Georgia?
South Georgia. We were coming from Atlanta.
Okay.
Coming home. And then it was brr.
Yeah.
Oh, Atlanta sucks.
No bueno. No bueno. Here's one that I didn't realize McDonald's didn't have any longer. The McDonald's fried apple pie.
Oh, they don't have that anymore?
I guess not. It's discontinued.
Wow.
However, in the early 90s, McDonald's decided to take a switch to a baked. So they're doing a baked version now. So they're getting healthy. All right. Mm. So they got that 1,000-calorie double Big Mac sandwich that they're about to roll out, but they're holding back on the fried apple pies.
I guess it makes sense.
Why would you do that? Why would you do that? That's an 80s icon. Moving on. Pizza Hut's Priazzo? Priazzo? How do you say that?
I don't know.
Isn't he a baseball player? Mike Priazzo?
Yeah, I think he was a catcher for the Dodgers.
That's what
He was actually pretty good.
Yeah. Apparently, he's got a dish named after him at Pizza Hut, but it didn't do too well because it didn't make the cut.
Oh, wow.
So they cut that crap out of there in the mid-80s.
Did you know a fact about Mike Piazza? I think he might have been the only one that didn't get caught using steroids, because they have many pictures with him, with Jose Canseco, Mark McGuire, and they're all friends.
Maybe that's why he got cut.
And Barry Bonds. You know what I mean?
Maybe that's why he got cut.
Maybe.
I don't know. I'm just saying.
I'm just saying. I mean, with that mustache, that's probably what it was.
I remember the mustache.
The mustache might have been it.
Bow wow. Moving on.
Yes, sir.
Number 5, Taco Bell's Bell Beefer.
I never heard of that.
It sounds like it should be illegal to say that on the airwaves.
Oh, for sure.
The Taco Bell's Bell Beefer.
You can't beat Taco Bell's meat. You know what I'm saying?
I don't know what just happened. Moving on. McDonald's Onion Nuggets. What the hell is
an onion nugget?
Onion Nuggets. Well, I'm going to read the quick synopsis here. Before Chicken McNuggets became a staple of McDonald's menu, the chain experimented with onion nuggets. These were bite-sized pieces of onions, breaded and deep fried. Similar to the onion rings found at other fast food restaurants, they offered a savory, crunchy alternative to fries.
Oh, wow.
I got to tell you, man, I can get down with onion rings.
Yeah. I mean, are onions cheaper than potatoes? Yeah.
Yeah, probably. Yeah, you get a 50-pound bag of onions for like next to nothing.
Yeah, like $25, right?
Something like that. Yeah. And I'll tell you, man, onion rings are they're my downfall. I try to eat healthy now. At this stage in my life, 48 years old, I'm in the gym every morning. I'm working out. I'm watching what I eat. I don't drink anymore. You know what I mean? I just kind of live my life and I do what I do. And I want to live and I want to be here for a while longer. So I'm making this lifestyle change. My wife included. We both are. And but I'll tell you what, man, you put a stack of onion rings in front of me, all that goes out the window.
Just crumble.
It's done,
just
man.
Crumble.
It's done. I want that, whatever that sauce is, that indiscernible, like tiger sauce. I have no idea what's in that, but I want that. I want gobs of it.
They stole that from the Spanish people. That's called mayo ketchup, and it's mayonnaise and ketchup. Man.
I would have called it El Tigre sauce if it came from the Spanish folk.
Oh, well, fair enough.
Yeah. Mayonnaise and ketchup. For all of you that ever watched Step Brothers, remember the fancy sauce?
Yeah, the fancy sauce.
My fancy sauce.
That's exactly what it is.
And ketchup. He loved it. One of my all-time favorite movies. Wendy's Super Bar. I remember this.
I remember this too.
Number 3 on the list of 1980s iconic food items that didn't make the cut moving forward out of the 80s. Wendy's Super Bar. Yeah, you used to be able to go up there and just do whatever. Like it was like a salad bar with hot food and cold food, and you had everything you needed on there.
It was like a Golden Corral, dumbed down.
I forgot all about that until I read this article the other day. I was like, holy crap, the Wendy's Super Bar. And they used to have the baked potatoes too.
Yeah, that's when they took a turn down.
Yeah.
When they took this off.
Yeah,
they took a turn down.
I remember they had hot dogs and they had baked potatoes on there. Yep. I don't know if you remember, Mike, but on the hot dog, they had like I think it was like called maybe the All-American hot dog. And it was just like a hot dog with just like mustard and ketchup. It was very simple, but it had a picture of Uncle Sam on the box. You remember that?
Oh, no, I don't remember that.
Like a little box and it had Uncle Sam. He's pointing at you like, we want you, but you have to eat this hot dog first because we can't do anything with you until you get these triglycerides in your system. Moving on. Number 2. This one I've never heard of, and it intrigues me. Burger King's Yumbo. The Yumbo was a simple but satisfying sandwich that appeared in the 1960s and made a brief comeback in the 1980s. It was essentially a hot ham and cheese sandwich served on a sesame seed bun.
Oh, wow.
I get down with some hot ham and cheese sandwiches, man. I wish they still had that in the menu.
Yeah, that'd be nice.
Yeah.
On a sesame seed bun?
The Burger King Yumbo. And number 1 on the top 10 list this week, the iconic, the one, the only, hot side hot, cold side cold, McDonald's McDLT.
I don't remember this.
You don't remember that?
No.
That was their slogan. So what they did is, because you buy a McDonald's hamburger or any other fast food hamburger for that matter, you've got the burger and it's built and it's either wrapped, or back in the 80s it was in a styrofoam carton or a container. So what they did is McDonald's had the McDLT and it had the burger on the left side with the bottom bun, and on the right side it had the top bun with the lettuce, tomato, and onion. So that when you combine the two, the hot was hot and the cold was cold.
Oh, wow.
Kept the hot side hot and the cold side cold. It didn't last for long, it says, though. It became a significant concern as environmental awareness grew, probably because of the styrofoam container. There's no other way to house that item unless you put it into a styrofoam container. So they had to get rid of it. But yeah, that was a big one. I remember that. The hot side hot, cold side cold. So there you have it, folks. That is the top 10 iconic fast food items from the 1980s that have been discontinued.
I have one more question about discontinued items.
I would love to answer this question. Hopefully I have the answer, and I don't know.
What's up with the McRib?
It comes back. It
just keeps coming back, right?
It goes away, and it comes back with a vengeance.
And then people are literally in a line around the thing around the McDonald's.
They're waiting for a boneless rib sandwich.
I wonder what that's made of.
I don't know.
I think it's just like sausage?
It has to be some sort of a pressed pork product.
Sausage without the casing.
Yeah. It's just
leg, foot, face, everything in there, right?
When they put it on the bread, it sounds like this.
Oh,
that's awesome. What it sounds like when they put it on the bread.
Perfect. Okay. Yeah. I'll make sure I don't get one of those. The McRib
sandwich. Yeah. That's a good one. I think it's got onions and pickles on there. I haven't had one of those, and I couldn't even tell you. Good God, man. I couldn't imagine eating like that now in my life.
What about chicken fries? Do they still do chicken fries?
I've seen the commercial for them. I think so.
Oh, from my understanding, a friend of mine just told me that they don't do chicken fries anymore.
Well, what kind of a friend is this?
I mean, she's just a friend. You know what I'm saying? They said they don't do chicken fries anymore.
That's a sacrilege. You have to have chicken fries.
You have to have chicken fries.
I don't understand it.
If there's no chicken fries, we're gonna have to write a strongly worded email to the Burger King,
to the king himself. To the king himself. I don't like anything about this. I want my chicken fries, and I want them to come back.
We'll talk to the king about it.
All right. I got a direct email to the king.
Oh, perfect.
I'm going to send him an email.
Yeah.
All right, folks. Well, that was our top 10 list. That was our little rant about chicken fries. At the end, we are going to take a quick commercial break. We're going to pay some bills, and we're going to come back, and we're going to talk about the oldest bottle of cognac in the history of time and how much it sold for at auction.
Nice.
You're listening to the Knife and Fork Radio Show right here on the one and only Tan Talk Radio Network.
This is the Tan Talk Radio Network.
On Wednesday, the Rays closed their 10-game road trip, looking to take the series in Seattle against the Mariners. In the second inning, Josh Lowe came to the plate with a chance to give Tampa Bay an early lead.
For a game of three, is a ball driven in the air to fairly deep right, but playable, perhaps all the way back to the wall, and watching it sail on out of here is the right fielder Robles. Josh Lowe has done it again.
But after that, the Seattle Bats woke up. A 2-run homer for Victor Robles, and 2 batters later, Julio Rodriguez.
Here it is. And a swing and a ball lifted down the left field line toward the corner. Does it have enough? It does. Just the 12th home run of the year for Julio Rodriguez.
6-2 was the final from Seattle. The Rays dropped the series finale. After an off day on Thursday, Tampa Bay returns home to take on the Padres on Friday at 6:50 p.m. With your Rays report, I'm Jared Greenspan.
Catch the Rays all season on the Rays Radio Network. For tickets, visit RaysBaseball.com.
Tune in to the Shrink and Wrap Show here on Tan Talk Radio. Our stories and our topics will include, but are not limited to, everyday issues. We're here for you, for our listeners. We want to know what's important to you. So again, don't miss us on Tan Talk Radio. Tune in again, Shrink and Wrap Show. We'll see you then.
That's the Shrink and Wrap Show every Thursday from 3 to 4 p.m. right here on the Tan Talk Radio Network.
Calling all radio enthusiasts with storm claims and legal questions. Join us every Saturday at 2 p.m. on WTAN FM 106.1 and AM 1340 for Legal Candy with attorney Candace Colucci. She's your guide to hurricane-related issues, property insurance law, and more sizzling legal topics. Get ready for a lively legal experience. Make your Saturday sweet with Legal Candy on WTAN FM 106.1 and AM 1340.
This is the Tan Talk Radio Network.
Here we go. Welcome back, everybody. 9:24. You're listening to the Knife and Fork Radio Show right here on the Tan Talk Radio Network. You know, I'm not a fan of cognacs. I used to really enjoy the whiskeys and the bourbons and things like that.
Me too.
But I'm not allowed to drink them anymore. My wife has put the kibosh on whiskey and bourbon because she told me that when I consume it, and I consume it in larger quantities than what normal people probably should, I become a nasty person. And looking back on it in retrospect, she's 100% right. So I haven't had a bottle of bourbon or whiskey in the house in quite some time, but I do enjoy that delicious burning sensation of the bourbon and the whiskey going down the old pipe in the throat there into the stomach. But you know what? I haven't had it a little bit in a while, and probably won't have it again for quite some time. But I'll tell you, I've never tasted cognac before. Have you ever had cognac?
Oh yeah, for sure.
Have you? Is it similar to that of a whiskey? Like
no, it's way sweeter and thicker and
really, it's syrupy almost.
Yeah, almost.
Louis the 13th is cognac, right? That really expensive bottle.
Yeah, that, and then it's just not good.
It's not good.
It's just not good. You know,
I wonder why it's so expensive then. Like, why is Louis the 13th so expensive?
I think it's because it was one of the original alcohols that were invented.
Right.
You know what I mean?
So it's name notoriety.
So it's name notoriety.
Right.
And then it's synonymous with brandy also.
Right.
So people that like brandy, like cognac.
They get down with that stuff.
Yeah. So there's certain people that are brandy cognac people, and there's certain people like you and I who are bourbon whiskey people.
Right, exactly.
So, and like you said, my wife put the kibosh on my bourbon days too.
Yeah.
So,
those days are gone.
Those days are done.
I don't know if we necessarily drank bourbon when we were younger. We drank more of the American whiskey, like the Jack Daniels. Maybe we'd switch it up and we do a little bit of Canadian whiskey, like a Crown Royal.
A little Jameson.
I didn't start doing the bourbons until I got a little bit more mature in life.
Right.
Your Angel's Envy and your Bullet Rise and
Bullet Rise,
things like that.
Good.
But yeah, man, those days are gone. I'm salivating right now thinking about it, but I can't do it, man. I just simply can't.
You know what? It's just not worth it, to be honest with you.
It's not, man. It just causes problems. You know what I mean? You feel like crap the next day, which I like to feel good. I was talking about this at work the other day. I like to wake up in the morning and hop out of bed, hit the day hard now. You know what I mean? Feel accomplished when I come home and not have that stigma of that cloudiness in my head.
Oh, for sure.
That the bourbon or the excessive, whatever brings. And we've literally stopped all of it, man. Nothing.
Oh yeah.
I'll still have a beer or every now and again, or maybe a glass of wine with dinner every once in a while. But that is literally the full extent of my alcohol consumption at this point, and I'm happy with
Grand
that.
Marnier is a cognac.
Grand Marnier is a cognac.
Oh, fantastic!
Now, are you a fan of the Grand Marnier? Do you like that? That's like the orange flavored liqueur. Yeah. I remember our buddy used to drink Grand Marnier.
Boom, boom, boom.
Yeah.
Can't have a margarita without a Grand Marnier float.
You got to have a little Grand Marnier floater on there.
Yeah.
You do.
If you don't, you're not doing it right.
It takes the bite off of the extreme harshness of the tequila.
Of the really bad tequila, because you're getting 2-for-1 margaritas.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah. Then you're paying $12 for a shot of Grand Marnier on top of it. So
yes.
It's like
really not 2-for-1.
So anyway, they found a bottle of cognac in the Netherlands. And it's confirmed by the Guinness Book of World Records that this bottle of cognac was produced, get this, Mike, 328 years ago in 1696. It's the world's oldest bottle of cognac.
I'm assuming it's still sealed.
I would imagine there's a picture of it there. So I would imagine, I know y'all listening can't see it, but I've got a picture pulled up on my computer screen here. And yeah, sure as hell, it's a bottle of cognac and it's completely sealed. It's brand new. And it was produced in, 1696. That's an old bottle of booze, man.
That's an old bottle of booze.
It said it sold in 2020 at an auction for $146,000. One 750 milliliter bottle of cognac.
Wow.
For $146,000, or the same price as a 2025 Nissan GTR Nismo version. And I'll tell you what, I'll get a lot more use of that Nismo GTR than I would of that bottle of cognac, because that thing is just, I couldn't imagine.
It's $5 just to smell it.
Yeah, I couldn't imagine spending that much money on anything, let alone just a bottle of bourbon. You gotta have an S load of money sitting in the bank.
Yeah, you can just
go to the auction and say, I want to buy this $146,000 bottle of cognac.
Yeah, you have to be really bored with a lot of money.
Really bored and really something. I don't know. But so apparently, if you guys, it's from Gautier. I don't know. Maybe that was the producer. But it says one of only 3 known remaining bottles of the spirit was auctioned, and it was $146,000. So apparently there's 2 more bottles out there. So for all of you that are cognac fans that are multi-billionaires and you want a delicious, outstanding bottle of cognac, there's 2 more out there.
Good luck.
Start hunting.
Good luck.
Start hunting immediately. Speaking of rich people in the listening audience, I've got a list of the 10 richest people in America. I'm just going to run down them really quickly. This isn't going to be a top 10 list, more so just a conversation piece moving on. So these people would have no problem buying the $146,000 bottle of cognac. Jensen Hyung, his net worth is around $112 billion.
Oh, nice.
This son of a bitch has done well for himself. Next up, number 9 on the list, Sergey Brin. Net worth is about $110 billion. Larry Page. I don't know any of these people. I've never heard of any of them. Have you?
It doesn't sound right. Some guy named Larry is worth $114 billion.
Larry Page. He's worth $114 billion.
If I was worth $114 billion, I would have changed my name from something to Larry. I wouldn't be Larry.
Right. Maybe Lawrence.
There you go.
Lawrence sounds a little bit more clout.
Yeah.
Like I'm Lawrence. Lawrence of Arabia. Lawrence, Lawrence the Great.
Larry is still wearing white New Balance right now.
Absolutely. Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah. And do they have Velcro on them, or do they have?
Velcro.
Nice.
And he probably has 2 pairs. One sitting in front of his trailer.
Yes.
Yeah. that. So,
Do you think Larry lives in a trailer with a net worth of $114 billion?
Absolutely. And he probably has, a $1 billion yacht.
What kind of beer do you think he's drinking?
Oh, Busch Light.
In a can?
You know what?
Or do you think he can afford the bottles?
You know what? He probably doesn't want to dispose of the bottles.
Mm-hmm.
So he probably just does the can and crushes it with his foot with his New Balance.
Yeah, and then just throws them into the non-recycling bin, and they just take it to the trash dump and call it a day.
Or Miller High Life. I mean,
Hey, I'll tell you what, I'll get down on Miller High Life though, man. It's cheap and it's delicious. It is what they call the champagne of beers.
It absolutely is. Busch Light's not bad either, really. To be honest,
I remember getting Busch Light when I was younger. Yeah, it's not bad beer.
It's not terrible.
Yeah, it's similar to that of a Miller Light or like a Bud Light.
Yeah, it's not terrible.
It's not bad.
It's not like
remember
Red Dog?
I think we talked about that in the show.
Red Dog. Oh, Red Dog's terrible.
Yeah.
Hot Red Dog is literally.
Oh yeah.
That's how they embalm people, I think.
Absolutely. Yeah, they just shoot it right into their organs.
Oh yeah, and it just pickles them.
Pickles them quick. Steve Ballmer has a net worth of $120 billion.
Is he the guy that owned the Clippers?
You know what? I don't know. Let's see. Founder both stepped down, blah, blah, blah. Apparently he took over as CEO of Microsoft.
As the owner of the Los Angeles Clippers.
There you go. Yeah. So nice. We have one that's known to the public, people. Steve Ballmer.
Yeah.
Net worth of $120 billion. I'm not talking M, I'm talking B with a B. Bullseye. You didn't see that one coming.
I did not see that one coming.
Yes.
But I tell you what, I think he took over the Clippers after that one guy got kicked out of the Clippers for being a super racist.
Oh, is that right?
Yeah, I think he bought him after that.
Makes sense. Yeah. All right. So he's rich. Well, he's white. He's rich. So we don't know much about this guy except for he owns the Clippers. Bill Gates coming in at number 6, net worth $130 billion, give or take.
Oh, that doesn't make sense.
Oh, here he is right here.
Lying to get over his taxes.
The man right here. This is the guy coming up next on the list. The Wall Street wizard, the master of Wall Street, Warren Buffett. Net worth around $133 billion. Oh. I read an article once before that Warren Buffett, and now we just said he's worth $133 billion. He drives a 2000 Honda Accord.
That's why he's worth $133 billion.
Yeah.
And Larry.
He lives a super modest lifestyle. Yeah.
Well, I mean, that's the key to success, right?
That's it, man. Larry Ellison, worth around $140 billion. This guy right here, you may have heard of this guy's name, Mark Zuckerberg.
I want to punch that guy in the face.
Why does everybody want to punch this guy in the face?
He just has a punchable face, I think.
But he's like an MMA guy now, man. So he might be able to fire back at you. Yeah.
Yeah, no.
I don't know, man. But he looks just like a squirrely piece of ass, man. Look at this guy's face. You know what I mean? I don't know, man.
In a fit of rage, I think I could rip his face off like that monkey did in the Chimp Crazy.
Oh my God. Did you watch the latest episode?
Oh, I saw it.
As soon as we're done with this list, we're going to talk about that. I want to talk about it with a fury because I am so excited to see the next episode.
Oh, yeah.
I cannot wait.
Hey, I wish they would have shown a picture of the face being ripped off.
I know. They didn't talk. All right. Let's.
All right. Sorry. Let's get back.
Save that for another one. Jeff Bezos is number 2 richest in America.
He's not a guy. He's a little prick.
What is that? What is going on right now? Who's yelling at me? Are you yelling
That's Mark Zuckerberg calling in.
Mark Zuckerberg. We might have a special guest appearance from Donald Trump later today too. I heard he's going to do a call in.
Oh,
I'd like to.
So excited.
I'd like to speak to Donald Trump. Actually, you may have to interview Donald Trump because I can't do it.
Okay.
But just so you know, you might want to ask him some questions. And from what I understand, Donald Trump might be making a phone in to the #1 rated radio show in the universe.
Well, probably help his campaign.
Of course. Of course.
Yeah,
he's campaigning big time. Moving on to #1 net worth. I think we all saw this one coming. Elon Musk with a net worth of around $200 billion. Didn't
NASA ask for his help? They were like, hey, these guys are going to be stuck on this ship for 8 months if you don't help us.
Why not? Why would you not ask for his help, right?
It's like, hey, you send some SpaceX up there to help these guys out.
Yeah, exactly. It's, those poor astronauts, man. I just don't get it. I mean, here it is right here, man. They're not coming back to Earth until February of 2025. And it was supposed to be an 8-day mission. And they're stuck until February of 2025, man. That's insanity. What do you do?
I mean, do you turn to cannibalism after about 4 or 5 months?
Yeah, what do they
do? You eat the other person?
Yeah.
I don't know what happens there.
Do they give like a year's worth of supplies when they send them up there just in case you can't get back home?
Maybe.
At least you got a year's worth of crap to eat for the next,
man.
Like that alone in my contract would be terrifying if they said, listen, we're going to send you up there to the space station and we're going to send you up with a year's worth of supplies. So that way you can live for at least a year in case we can't get you back down. But after a year, you're on your own. That clause alone in my contract would be enough to say,
no, I'm good.
Excuse me?
You think they're on overtime? You think they're getting paid overtime?
They have to be getting paid at least time and a half at this point.
Time and a half, right?
Yeah.
I mean, so at least you come home with a pretty decent check,
Yeah,
right?
they're not spending any money up there.
Yeah,
I don't think Uber Eats delivers to the space station. So that would be my thing. I'm like, well, if I'm stuck up here, I'm getting my onion rings.
Call Elon, right?
Yeah, call Elon. Yeah,
this guy is going to
here and get it in quickly.
He's going to buy the next bottle of cognac. He's going to have the money.
Oh, he is for sure. Oh, yeah. These astronauts are going to get the money.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, there's no doubt about that. They're getting the money.
Oh, for sure.
But I'm sure there's probably something that says, in the unlikely event that you do get stuck up there, you cannot hold, us responsible, blah, blah, blah. I'm sure they've got all their T's crossed and their I's dotted.
Oh, I'm sure. But I'm sure that labor laws are labor laws, right?
Yeah, I mean, you have anything over 40.
Anything over 40,
anything
man.
over 40 time and a half.
How many hours are in a week?
Yeah, and, they might be making minimum wage right now. It goes up $13 an hour in a few days. So, it's good money if you think about it.
I think it's already 13, isn't it?
Is it at 13? I thought it was September 1st. It went to 13. I could be mistaken.
I think it was 14.
Oh shit! Ooh, shoot! Wow, that's
we have to drop that
crazy.
One. Oops,
that's crazy. That was my bad, everybody. I let one fly, and I apologize for that. Ed gave me the stern look, and Ed, I deeply apologize for it. That's unlikely, and it's that Ed gave me the stern look, and Ed, I deeply apologize for it. That's unlikely, and it's never going to happen again. I apologize.
I don't believe
that. Yeah, well, I'll do my best.
Yeah.
But let's talk about Chimp Crazy.
Oh, Chimp Crazy.
Crazy.
Well, I mean, so for the record, she called the people out. She called PETA out and said, "Hey, come look at my house."
She did.
You think I got this, Chimp?
Yes.
Come look at my house.
Absolutely.
Come look at my house. Come test the the remains of this chimp, whatever.
Correct.
Which was probably another
the
chimp that died off the ashes, right?
Of course, it was something that died. She's got like 40 animals on the thing,
right? And then her psychic dimes her out, right, for the text that says,
"Yep.
Hey, what Tonka,
like the truck."
So so she goes, "Oh, I got to get groceries for Tonka."
Yes.
So the psychic comes forward and tells PETA, and I'm like, "Come on, man, she's paying you. You're a psychic. You can't be making that much money."
Absolutely.
Why would you dime out your best customer? Really?
Yeah, 100%. 100%.
All right. Anyway, so then on top of that, she's on a Zoom court meeting. And she's crying and she's going on.
But did you notice there were no tears coming out of her eyes? Though?
No.
She put her hands to her face and there was not one tear that was shed from
I
her
think
eyes.
her aqueducts were probably Botox shut.
Oh my God, the Botox scene with the lips.
Oh yes.
And the producer's looking at her. He's like, "What are you doing with your lips right now?" And what was that? Whipped cream, shaving cream? What was that all over her lips?
You know what? I think it was like a lotion in order to get it ready for the Botox.
Oh my God. Yeah, it was terrible. If any of y'all out there have had Botox or injections in your lips, please give us a call, 727-441-3000. We would love to know what that white crap is. It was all over her mouth because it doesn't, I don't understand.
It's probably a numbing agent. Maybe it was a numbing agent.
Yeah, maybe.
So
maybe.
So like a local anesthetic.
Yeah, it could be.
So, and then, all right, so she's crying all this.
Oh, she's hysterical.
She's hysterical.
Yeah.
And they say, okay, we're going to drop the contempt of court charges because we can't prove any of this. We don't know where the monkey's at. Right. And then at the end, she walks downstairs and is like,
and the monkey's there.
The monkey's at her house.
Spoiler alert, everybody. I apologize. Spoiler alert. But yes, Tonka is in the building. When I saw that, I said to myself, I cannot wait for the next episode of this show to air. Like, I'm so excited. I think it comes on Sundays, if I'm not mistaken.
Sundays.
I can't wait, man. And she is just bat-ass crazy, this lady. I mean, with the curly blonde hair and the lip injections,
it's got to be a wig,
weird
right?
looking face. What's that?
It's got to be a wig, right?
I don't know.
She's got to be bald underneath there, right?
I don't know, but I didn't even realize it was the same person that was talking when they were showing like the years prior up until the current, because currently she's got that crazy looking blonde curly hair, but before she didn't have that blonde of a hair and she was more like a brunette, but she was still ugly as the day is long. And I'm thinking to myself, this lady's insane, but it can't be the same person. Then I realized, I'm like, oh my God, it's the
same person.
Yeah.
And she says she makes six figures selling animals, and she does it in Missouri because there's no real laws against it.
She said her best year was $350,000.
Geez,
selling
$350,000 selling wild animals,
selling life, man. Yeah,
selling life.
Literally, you're a broker of life at that point, and
that is horrible.
It's horrible.
It's horrible.
The worst thing about it is, when these
the worst thing about it's her face.
The second worst thing about it is when these chimpanzees get older, they get more aggressive and they're not as docile violent and as sweet as they were before. So they take these chimpanzees and they just lock them up downstairs in the basement, and they have nothing to do with them. They just give them enough food and water to survive. And like the poor things, it's like, all right, you made your money on these. Go give them to a sanctuary now. Let them be in the wild. Do your
thing. And then the one monkey, Travis, that they let.
That's the one that ripped the face off.
They sold to a friend that used to go hang out at the police station.
I love it.
And then, knows all the cops. And then they get the 911 call saying that this chimp just ripped my friend's face off.
Oh, my God. Wow. I remember that story when it happened.
I remember when it happened, too.
Yeah, I clearly remember that. And I was thinking to myself, I hope they talk about that. And sure as hell, they did.
They sure enough did. And then they showed the lady, she survived. They showed her with like a veil over her face.
Yeah.
And they wouldn't show her face. I want to see
what her face looks like.
So do I. After the 100 surgeries she went through.
Those chimpanzees, their teeth are like 1.5 inches, 2 inches long. You see the fangs in that thing's mouth?
Oh, man. You know what? Oh, that's no thanks.
Then that one chimpanzee went completely crazy and just started going. The one that ripped the face off just went completely crazy and just started attacking. And the lady's like, shoot it.
Shot it. That cop shot him like 4 or 5 times. I heard it.
Unbelievable. Well, for those of you that don't know Chimp Crazy, it's on Max, HBO Max. If you have an HBO subscription or if you have access to that channel, just do yourselves a favor. It's the same people that made Tiger King, the same director or / producer. I don't know, but it's the same company or whatever that did the Tiger King, which was a phenomenal success back in the pandemic in 2020. And now they've got this new show out, new documentary series called Chimp Crazy, and it airs every Sunday. And it is just absolutely phenomenal. I mean, I literally cannot wait. I wish that they would have released all the episodes at once.
Oh, of course.
So that I could sit there, because I would already be done with it.
Oh, yeah,
and binge watch it. I wouldn't have slept for the first day. I would have watched every episode start to finish.
Absolutely.
But it's pretty crazy what these people are just absolutely insane, and it's nuts. So anyway, but
don't fight any chimpanzees.
Don't fight. They're insanely strong and they're aggressive.
If you're gonna fight someone, fight a kangaroo. You know what I mean? I think it'd be more fun.
I'll tell you what, man. I think I could take a bear if I had to go hand in hand with a bear.
Really? That's pretty aggressive.
I know, right?
Man, you've been working out for a little bit.
If I had to go hand to hand with a bear, I'm telling you, man.
Like a Florida black bear or like a polar bear?
Yeah, I worked out my traps this morning, man. So I know I can take that son of a bitch. I guarantee you.
Well, I've been working on my jab, so I think I can do a kangaroo.
I don't think I could take a polar bear, but like a grizzly bear or maybe a Kodiak bear up in Alaska.
Oh, wow. That's an aggressive statement.
Okay. Show's going off the rails. Ed, let's go ahead and take a quick commercial break so I can bring myself back down to reality, and we can continue on the show in a very professional manner in which we do so, aside from the last 3 minutes of conversation. You're listening to the Knife and Fork Radio Show right here on the Tan Talk Radio Network. I'm going to talk about some Korean fried chicken when we come back.
This is the Tan Talk Radio Network.
Do you have questions after being injured in a car accident or injured because of someone's negligence? Do you feel overwhelmed or uncertain about the next steps after being injured in a crash? The personal injury attorneys at Peronic, Caulfield, Averill, and Noyes have been helping their injured clients since 1955 and are now on this radio station to provide guidance to you. Listen to FLA Law each Tuesday from 5 to 6 p.m. Let their decades of experience help you and your family. Offices in Clearwater, non-attorney spokesman.
Calling all radio enthusiasts with storm claims and legal questions. Join us every Saturday at 2 p.m. on WTAN FM 106.1 and AM 1340 for Legal Candy with attorney Candace Colucci. She's your guide to hurricane-related issues, property insurance law, and more sizzling legal topics. Get ready for a lively legal experience. Make your Saturday sweet with Legal Candy on WTAN FM 106.1 and AM 1340.
Caregivers find the support they need on Connecting Caregivers Radio with Linda Burhans, the gal who cares for the caregiver. Heard every Friday from 1 to 2 p.m., Linda and her caring and knowledgeable guests will bring you education, information, and resources, as well as a shoulder for caregivers. That's Connecting Caregivers Radio with Linda Burhans, the gal who cares for the caregiver, where you can find help and hope every Friday from 1 to 2 p.m. right here on the Tan Talk Radio Network.
Ain't it good?
This is the Tan Talk Radio Network.
Hello, welcome back, my fellow Americans. I told you I was going to be calling in today. This is your next president, Donald Trump. Everyone knows that on this show, the Knife and Fork Radio, it's the #1 show in the universe. And that's why me, Donald Trump, that's why I'm on this show, because everything I do is #1 in the universe. So if you have any questions for me, Mike, please, by all means, I'm ready for you. What would you like to ask me? I am locked and loaded.
I have 2 questions for you, Mr. Next President.
Please refer to me as Mr. President, not next president. I am the president. I will always be the one and only. Speak to me as you should. Let's go.
Okay, Mr. President. How did you feel about the Democratic convention?
Well, Mike, I don't really want to speak about that. I'll tell you why. This is the #1 show. Everyone knows it. You know it. I know it. Everyone out there knows this is the #1 show in the universe. I would appreciate it if you wouldn't speak about it anymore. The Democratic convention is nothing more than a bunch of quacks. Kim Jong-un, he's a very good man. Everyone knows it. Kim is a great man. He's got great posture. Everyone knows it. You can look at him in the eyes and you can tell he's a man of dignity, a man of respect, just like me. I would appreciate it if you wouldn't speak to me about these quacks. Let's move on.
All right. Speaking of non-quacks, do you yourself, Mr. President, own and ride a white stallion?
I don't know if you know this, but a duck makes quacking noises. I'm Donald Trump. When you say quack, it makes me think of ducks. I love ducks. I'm a fan of ducks. Ducks love me. I don't know if you realize that, but I speak to several ducks on a daily basis. And the ducks all tell me, listen, I know that you're Donald Trump and we love you. We are the ducks and we quack. So when you speak about quacking, I'd appreciate if you'd only refer to ducks and nothing more. Moving on, please.
May I call you, Mr. President, Donald Duck?
Yes, you may, Mike. I have great respect for ducks. The ducks respect me and I love them. I talk to many ducks, like I said, and every duck in the entire country tells me, Donald, you're one of us. So yes, you may refer to me as Donald J. Duck.
Mr. J. Duck.
Yes.
How is your ear feeling, sir?
Well, I've had better days. Some days are good, some days are bad. I can hear really well out of the ear that was shot. I don't know if you know this about me, but several people know. Everyone tells me, Donald, you have the best hearing in the world. It's not a secret. Everyone tells me, listen to me, Mr. Trump, Mr. Duck. Your hearing is phenomenal. It's exceptional. And I don't know why you have such great hearing, but I will tell you one thing. You have better hearing than anyone else in the universe. And it's not a secret. Everyone knows it. You know it. I know it. Everyone knows it. And that's why I'm on the show, to talk about my hearing and to talk about my presidency.
Well, thank you, Mr. Duck, Mr. Donald J. Duck, for calling in today. I know for a fact that you do have the best hearing on the planet, and I am envious.
It's been an absolute pleasure. I don't know if you realize this, but when I do radio shows, I don't even need to put on headphones. I can hear everything through the walls, and I can hear everything as it's coming in. Everyone knows it. You know it. I know it. I'm going to give this back to Eric now because I heard he wants to talk about some Korean fried chicken, which is one of my favorite dishes in the Oval Office. I love Korean fried chicken.
All right. That was Mr. Donald J. Duck Trump.
Very impressive, sir. We appreciate you calling in today. I don't know. I know you listen to the show on a regular basis, 727-441-3000. You probably got that phone number from one of our previous broadcasts, or perhaps even one of our broadcasts today that we're broadcasting from live. And we really appreciate it, and we respect the fact that you called in. Thank you very much. And Korean fried chicken.
Korean fried chicken.
I'll tell you what, man. I made a really good Korean fried chicken once before with, I think we talked about it with sesame seeds and sesame oil. But apparently there's going to be a really popular Korean fried chicken joint opening up. It's called Boomchan, and it's going to open September 11th. On September 11th.
Oh, wow. What a date to pick.
Crispy fried Korean fried chicken. I'm kind of excited about that, man. I do. I like Korean style fried chicken.
Well, if they do it right, you know, I mean,
yeah.
I don't know, man. You know?
It's one of those things, man. It's either gonna work or it's not gonna work. You know what I mean? Yeah, it's either gonna work or not. But,
yeah.
You know, so I don't know. Like I said, I like fried chicken, Korean style. I think it'll be delicious, but you know, you never know. So anyone that's out there listening, if you're looking for some good Korean fried chicken, it's coming soon. And so is Guy Fieri's Chicken Guy. And what is it about this guy, man? Here's the thing about Guy Fieri, and I'll be honest with you. He's quite the philanthropist. I heard he's a great guy. He's a great person. You know, like he'll do anything, give the shirt off his back in order to, you know, like help people out, whatever. I hate his face, man. Why do I hate his face so much?
He has the face of a talentless hack. That's why.
People hate Guy Fieri.
Yeah, for no reason.
No one knows why. And I'm no exception to that. I can't stand this guy, but
it's his face.
I don't know what it is, man. Is it his face? Is it his demeanor? Is it he drives that 69 Camaro in mint condition on his shows with a convertible? I don't know. I just can't stand this guy for some reason. I wish I had an answer for you.
I mean, I'm telling you, it's his face.
I'm not going to be going to Guy Fieri's Chicken Guy in Wesley Chapel, but if you guys like Guy Fieri diners, drive-ins, and dives, you might want to go check it out, man, because apparently he's opening up at 25769 Sierra Center Boulevard in Wesley Chapel.
Well, hopefully everybody goes so they can create more traffic in that Wesley Chapel 275 area.
Why is that
awesome.
The worst, man? It is the absolute worst.
Because every chain restaurant on the planet is literally in that block.
Yeah, you know what? You're right.
Come on,
right.
Man.
Yeah, absolutely.
You need a Cheddar's next to a Applebee's, next to a Chili's, next to a Walk-Ons. Is that's a thing?
Yeah.
Okay. Fair enough.
Yeah, you're right, man. It just jams up the pipipeline, 100%. It jams it up.
Choices. Got to have choices, right?
Yeah, I mean, I guess so. I guess that's the way life works, man. You know, it's a big choice-ridden world. I don't know. Yeah, but you're right. Here's something that keeps popping up in the news, man. And it keeps popping up, and it keeps popping up. And it makes me want to move to the beach.
I got to go to the beach more often, man.
It makes me want to buy a boat. It makes me want to move to the beach. And not because I want to partake in this, but I'd like to benefit from the value of this.
Oh, of course. And it's
knowing the right people.
It's tax-free.
Yeah, I wasn't always a professional, Mike. Let's just say that, okay? Yeah. So I don't speak to these folks any longer, but I still have, if I need to call them friends in low places, that might be able to do this for me. But apparently, for all of y'all that are wondering what in the hell I'm speaking about right now, cocaine. I'm talking about cocaine. I'm talking about a lot of it. All right.
More washing up on the beach, huh?
Cocaine bricks wash up on Florida beach yet again.
Wow.
Yet again. 16 bricks of suspected cocaine were found on a beach in the Florida Keys by tourists. Authorities revealed this week. 16 bricks of cocaine. That's insane, man. In 2023, packages of cocaine worth more than 100,000 washed up on several Florida shores. It just keeps coming up, man. Like, what is going on?
Well, first of all, who are these people that are telling the authorities about it?
They're idiots.
They're idiots.
They're
Come on, man. Of course, you can profit. Come on, man. You can put your kid through college with this. Come on, man. Everybody knows the guy in a low place.
You can buy yourself a bottle of really nice cognac.
You could trade it at auction, I bet you.
Maybe. Listen to this one. In May, a beachgoer found about $1 million worth of cocaine washed up along the Florida Keys. $1 million.
Maybe they didn't have the trunk space. You know what I mean?
Know, man. So I guess the cartel with their boats, and when they get spooked out and whatever, they just they throw all the cocaine overboard, and eventually, it comes to shore.
Get busted.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
It comes to shore. So yeah, if you guys are looking for to make a quick buck, or if you've got a healthy addiction to cocaine, which I know some people that do, you may want to jump in your car and move down to the Florida Keys, because you might just get a bonus if you land on the right spot. That's all I'm saying.
You cannot tell me that between the Keys and Miami, you cannot find someone to take that off your hands.
Oh my God! Yeah, of course you can, man.
Oh, yeah. I mean, come on.
You'll find 30 people just on the bridge alone going from the Keys back to the mainland, and without stopping and doing 90 miles an hour across the bridge.
Yeah,
absolutely.
You could make a little stop in Little Haiti, and you could just throw a sample out.
Little Haiti, absolutely.
Make it happen.
Oh my God, that's awesome. Boar's Head is back in the news again.
Oh,
Boar's Head. So apparently, bugs, mold, and mildew were found in the Boar's Head plant linked to the deadly outbreak.
Oh, man.
So apparently they were doing some unsavory business practice in this one plant in Virginia. And that's what led them to the recall of all of this this meat and things. And yeah, man, it's terrible. 57 hospitalizations in 18 states. And I want to say 3 or 4 people now have died due to the listeria outbreak caused by the improper production of the deli meats from Boar's Head. They just keep popping up, man. This is going to haunt Boar's Head for years and years to come.
It really is, and it's probably because of a few lazy employees.
Of course it is, yeah.
And they're, between the ages of 18 and 25, I can assure you.
Of course. Well, there's got to be a plant manager that has some sort of responsibility that would say, hey, go clean this stuff up. Right?
Yeah, what do you think?
But unfortunately, Boar's Head, man, do your best, get out of this, man. Try to come out on the better side. You make a good product. We all know you. We've all had you before. And but you got to get rid of this stigma, man.
Yeah, you got to get off this thing, man.
Cannot keep coming up.
We got to move past this
in the news. You know what I mean? Can't keep surfacing. I got a couple of questions for you, Mike.
Yeah, what's up,
this is kind of like related to like things that I hate, but it's not necessarily things that I hate. These are things that I can't understand. So this is a new segment.
Oh, okay. All right.
Things that I can't understand.
All right, let's hear it. Let's hear it.
And I don't remember if I spoke about this once before, but these are phrases and things that people say that make literally no sense whatsoever. So in turn, I guess I do hate them. I hate them with a passion. Let me ask you a question, man. When did hotcakes become the barometer of how fast an item sells?
Oh.
So when I say this Boar's Head deluxe ham is selling like hotcakes, when did hotcakes become the barometer of the sales?
You know what? I think back when hotcakes were selling, ridiculously, because.
Well, when did they ever sell that much?
It had to be the 60s before we were around, right?
I guess.
But
I say it. I still say it too. Like it's, man, these things are selling like hotcakes. I've never once in my life sold a hotcake. So how can I use it as the gauge?
Apparently hotcakes are the pinnacle of sales.
Apparently, yeah.
That's in all sales books.
Here's another one that gets me too. That guy, those kids are running around like banshees. What the hell is a banshee, and how fast and how hard do these things run?
I thought they flew.
They're
to
running
be
like
honest
banshees.
With you. Because the last banshee I saw was in Ghostbusters. Right. Remember, they were on the side of the building?
Absolutely.
But they flew.
Yeah, they
didn't run.
Yeah. They're running like banshees. And here's another one that gets me too. And this one, we all say it. I've said it. You've said it. Ed said it, whatever. And I can't say the word over the air again because I let it slip earlier. So I'm going to watch my words very closely. But that person is full of S. You know what? You're probably right. Unless he just went to the bathroom not long ago, he probably is.
I mean,
and so that's not insulting. That's not an insult.
I did the math the other day, and I have a colon that's about 12 and a half feet long.
You got a lot of S in there, man.
I mean, come on.
You
man.
are full of S.
That's a lot.
Guys, listen, this is a Knife Fork Radio Show. We've had a great time again, as we do every Thursday. Your hosts, Mike and Eric. We look forward to doing this again with you next Thursday. Have a great rest of your week. Mike, you got anything to say before we go out?
That's it, man.
Sorry,
great
man.
Thursday.
I hogged the show today, man. I'm
That's
sorry.
Okay.
I had a lot to cover, man.
Yeah, we'll get next week. It's no big deal.
See you guys next week, 9:07.